WWE Hall-of-Famer and Mayor of Knox County, Tennessee, Kane, joins us. His real name, of course, is Glenn Jacobs, and he's offering up an old-fashioned smackdown on the left's assault on our freedoms and liberties.
And here in Knox County, I will do everything that I can to ensure that you are free to make those decisions yourself. The time for mandates and lockdowns is over.
Well, we continue our series on Lockdown 2.0. The Marxist left is now in an all-out blitz to enforce, yes, mask and vaccine mandates nationwide, whether that be employers, schools, and now even in the military. No branch of society is safe from the left's medical edicts. Many states are now even enforcing mask mandates for our children in grades K through 12. My son just got word here in Dallas that he's got to wear a mask when he goes back to school next week. This is all ridiculous. And now the left is taking it a step further, weighing vaccine mandates for teachers. Just listen to flip-flop Fauci defending this outrageous proposal.
Do you think they should be mandated to be vaccinated?
Yeah, I'm going to upset some people on this, but I think we should. We are in a major surge now as we're going into the fall, into the school season. This is very serious business.
Yeah, give me liberty or give me death is the old saying. This is a serious assault on our personal liberties and freedoms. And Fauci's message to people like me who opt not to take the vaccine is nothing short of offensive.
We have to take this seriously. So when you hear people saying, well, I don't really want to be told to get vaccinated, you know, I can understand the need for people's personal liberties, but this is a very unusual time in our history. And that's the reason why we've got to do unusual things. And that means use whatever means possible to get people vaccinated.
What he means to say is tyrannical things, not unusual things, but dictatorial style things. Liberty is special in this country, and a career bureaucrat doesn't get to decide for me and my family. In his world, he thinks he does. So the school year is underway in Knox County, Tennessee, and there are no mask mandates in effect countywide. God bless that county. My next guest promises to fight back against any potential lockdowns and government mandates. Joining me now is the mayor of Knox County, Glenn Jacobs. And you might remember him as WWE Hall-of-Fame Superstar. How do they say it? Kane joins us. Mr. Mayor, welcome.
Very good. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate it.
I try. Look, I'm a big fan, but even more than anything you did in the ring, Mayor, I'm real happy about where you're going right now because there's not a lot of elected officials who are doing what you're doing, and that's taking a stand for freedom. You getting any blowback? They happy with you? What's going down?
Well, here in Knox County, people do take our freedoms seriously. We're a conservative area with a pretty strong libertarian streak. I think people understand here that we've been hearing about this emergency for over a year. And at some point, we have to say, what's the end game? When is it over? And of course, the goalposts just keep on getting moved further and further away. And when is it ever going to stop? And that's the issue for me is we have set a precedent in the first set of lockdowns. Now we're seeing what happens when you do that. And we keep on being told that if this happens, if this happens, if this happens, 50 days to flatten the curve, 30 days to stop the spread or slow the spread, masks, no masks, vaccines, no, it just keeps on going on and on and on. And at some point we have to realize that this thing's probably going to be with us forever, and we're going to have to learn to live with it. And we have to learn to live with it as a free society, or the greatest tragedy of all will be that it will fundamentally change America.
You know, I've come to the conclusion, watching this now over the last year, that none of them know what the hell they're talking about, whether it's honestly on both sides of the aisle when it comes to this virus and what it entails. But maybe you could help other mayors, governors, whoever it might be out there, come to the conclusion that you did, that we don't want to go to mask mandates, vaccine mandates, and the like. What made it feel okay for you to say, hey, we're going to opt with liberty?
Well, I was that way from the very start. Of course, last year it was incredibly difficult because it felt like you're trying to hold back an avalanche, and eventually the avalanche just went around you and overcame everything. So then I think that everybody realized we're dealing with a situation that was new and didn't know what was going to happen. It's a lot different now. I mean, a lot of folks have natural immunity from having COVID. People that weren't vaccinated can get vaccinated. We understand the treatment's much better. So we're in a much better situation to deal with the medical side of things. But even politically, I never believed that government could do the things that it did. According to the Bill of Rights, we have due process. You can't just shut people's businesses down for no reason without giving them any sort of recourse. You can't make people who aren't sick wear masks. That goes against public health laws that had previously worked. So I just never believed the government could do any of those things. And I think now more and more people are looking at this with the moving goalposts and realizing if we don't do something, if we don't stop this, it will carry on forever.
Well, that I think you're spot on correct on. Mayor Glenn Jacobs, one last question for you before I let you go. There's a lot of talk about higher office for you. You have any interest in running for Senate there in Tennessee?
Currently, I'm running for re-election and concentrate on that. I just want to be the best mayor of Knox County that I can be. And once that term is over, see what I'll do from there. But I really haven't thought about that at this point.
Well, look, if you could be half as good a mayor as you were a wrestler, man, your county's going to be spot on in a great spot, Mr. Mayor. So thank you for coming on, and thank you for sharing some time with us.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.